Hello friends, schoolsteps.in welcomes you again. In this tutorial, we'll discuss about data layer messages. The Wearable Data Layer API is the part of the Google Play services. It provides a communication channel for your handheld and wearable apps. There are some important points related to the data layer messages. We'll discuss these points in the end of our tutorial. Open Android Studio, go to File, click on New Project, give the application name as My Data Layer Message, click on Next, choose both phone and tablet as well as Wear, click on Next, Next, Next and Finish. It will create a project for you. Now the next thing which you need to do is to open the SDK Manager, which is right here. Click on it. It will open SDK Manager for you. Scroll it down and in the end look for Google Play services, which is right here. Make sure that it is installed on your machine, and the reason for this is that the data layer APIs are the part of the Google Play services. So what we are going to do is to make two applications. One is the handheld device application and the other one is the wearable application. We will send a message from the handheld device application which will be received by the wearable application. Let's do it. Open the main activity.java of mobile module, expand it, go to Java and expand the package structure. You will get the main activity.java, which is right here. Let's delete these two methods as we are not going to use it. Now the first thing that we'll be needing is the object of Google API client. Let's do it. So right here, let's say Google API client is equal to null, and inside the onCreate method right here we need to take the help from the Google API client dot builder. This is very much similar to the notification compat dot builder. Let's do it. So we need to say Google API client dot builder, which is right here, is equal to new Google API client dot builder, and we need to pass this here. The next thing we need to do is we need to say builder dot add API, and we need to pass wearable dot API as the parameter. Now next we need to say builder dot add connection callbacks. We need to pass this here. Next we need to say builder dot add on connection failed listener, which is right here, and again we need to pass this here. Now next we need to say Google API client, which we have created right here, is equal to builder dot build. Now build method returns the object of the Google API client. Now further, if you observe, these two lines are giving us error. So what we need to do is right here we need to say implements Google API client dot connection callbacks, which is right here, and Google API client dot on connection failed listener. Now further we need to implement the methods required for these interfaces. So right here, right click, go to generate and go to implement methods. I repeat, go to implement methods. You will get all the required methods. Click on OK and save it. The next thing which we need to do is to override onStart and onStop methods. Let's do it. Just type onStart here and it will highlight all the methods containing the text onStart. Look for the method onStart. Now inside the onStart method, all you need to say is Google API client dot connect. Inside the onStop method, just above the super dot onStop, you need to put one if condition, and inside the if condition you need to say Google API client dot disconnect. And the condition here is checking that if Google API client is not equal to null, and if it is connected, only then disconnect it. So once the connection is successful right here inside the onStart method, we need to use the onConnected method. So this is the point where we need to send our message. So we need to say send message and we need to create this particular method. So right here, let's say public void send message, and inside this method, let's say if Google API client dot is connected, then do something, else do something. Now the next thing which you need to do is to go to the activity main.xml of mobile module, go to the source, and let's define the ID of the text view. This text view is created by default. Let's define the ID as text. Let's go back to the main activity.java, and inside the if condition, let's first get the object of text view and then get the text out of it. So what we are doing here is using the find view by ID method, we are getting the object of the text, and then using the get text method, we are getting the text of that particular text view. Next we need to say if message is equal to null or message dot equal ignore case is blank, then message is equal to hello world. Now before we proceed further, let me quickly define two variables at the top. So one is a tag which says my data map, and the another one is the wearable underscore data underscore path. And if you notice, the value is starting with the /. This value could be any text. All you need to make sure is that it should start with a /. Now let's go back to our if condition. Now here, after the if condition, we need to send the message to the data layer. We need to achieve this using a new thread to make sure that we do not block our main thread. So let's create a class with the name send message to data layer. So right here, let's say public class send message to data layer extends thread. Let's create a constructor with two parameters. One is the string path and another one is the string message. Let's initialize these two variables. Now let's override the run method. Click OK. Now before we implement the run method, let's create the object of this class right here after the if condition. So we need to say new send message to data layer. The first parameter is wearable data path which we just created, and the second parameter is message dot start. So this will call our run method. Now we need to implement the run method. We will send our message using the run method. Now the first thing that we need to understand is where to send our message. Devices that are connected over the Bluetooth are identified in the Wear API as nodes. So the first thing that we need is the list of the nodes. And for that purpose, we will use node API. Let's do it. So right here, let's delete super.run and let's say node API dot get connected nodes result. Let's call it nodes list is equal to wearable dot node API dot get connected nodes, and in the parameter we need to pass Google API client. If you remember, we have created the object of Google API client right here. So let's pass Google API client here, and then we need to say dot await. After we get the node list, we need to send the message to all the nodes currently connected to the data layer. We will run a for loop, get the connected nodes one by one, and we'll keep sending the message. Let's do it. So right here, let's say for node, we need to use google.android.gms.wearable nodes list dot get nodes. Now inside the loop, we need to send the message, and for this purpose we'll be using message API. So we need to say message API dot send message result. Let's call it message result is equal to wearable dot message API dot send message. Again, inside it we need to pass Google API client as the first parameter. The second parameter is string. So we need to say node dot get ID. So node we are getting from here, and we are passing the ID of a particular node right here. The third parameter is path, which is referring to wearable data path. As I mentioned, it should start with a /. The fourth parameter is the message itself, but we need to pass the array of byte. So we need to say message dot get bytes, and outside the main bracket we need to say dot await. Next we need to put if else condition. So we need to say if message result dot get status dot is success, then do something, else do something. So here we just need to print the success log, and here we need to print the failure log. Let me quickly place the logs in the application. One important thing that we need to understand about message API is that it is a one-way request. It is like fire and forget. Success here only means that message has been sent. It doesn't mean that message has been delivered. So it is a one-way request only. Now next thing which we need to do is to click on project and go to the Android manifest.xml file of mobile module, open it, and right here after the activity and before the application we need to add one meta tag. So we need to say metadata name is equal to com.google.android.gms.version and then value, and inside the value we need to say @integer / Google Play Services version. Friends, with this we are done with the mobile module. Let's take a break here. In the next tutorial we will continue from here and will work on the wearable module. Friends, with this I take your leave. Thank you so much. Please like our page on facebook.com/letsandroid. If you have any query, do write us at info@schoolsteps.in or schoolstepsin@gmail.com. Thank you.